Hello, I am Michelle Bharath. Just to clear things up, I am 17. I am a senior at Bharath High School, and I am a vocal major in the Performing and Visual Arts program. You just needed to know that for the presentation, sorry, okay. So, protests, riots, ageism, sexism, universal lack of empathy. One nation united, but seen as divided. Current events make us think that America is plagued with divisiveness. What if I told you that's not exactly the case? What if we're not as divided as they think we are? What if I told you that there's a generation that believes America's racial, religious, socioeconomic divides are a thing of the past? That generation is my generation. Apparently we're called eco-boomers, I don't know, Google said it. We're grandchildren of baby boomers, and we're children of Generation X. Tonight, I'm gonna ask you to humor me and allow me to be the proxy or spokesperson. Now, there's only one of me and millions of us, but I can tell you that being a part of AACPS's Performing and Visual Arts program exposes me to so many different people and views. On top of the multiple organizations I'm a part of, I'm speaking for more than just myself. But back to eco-boomers. So according to CBS, we are 80 million strong. Because of technology, our world is the smallest that it's ever been. And we're the most diverse, community-minded, optimistic, and tolerant of all the generations. We are colorblind. From a generational to a personal shift, I, like my generation, am culturally diverse. My father is from Trinidad, and being raised by an immigrant father who doesn't really understand the racial issues in America, I was basically raised colorblind. Like many eco-boomers, I've never personally experienced racism. Of course, we know it exists, that's a fact, but I choose to see personality over color. However, we live in a world that sees the opposite. Black Lives Matter. So the intent was a call to action or a spotlight on the people who have for decades been put down and disrespected. It wasn't to say that they're the only ones that matter, but to say that they do. An analogy was brought to my attention that I really thought explained Black Lives Matter. So if Bob's house was burning, and he called the fire department, and the fire department said, "Oh, all houses matter." Well, yes, all houses matter, but Bob's house is the house that's on fire. Controversial. Controversial because it seems exclusive of other races. Many blacks look like they're trying to make themselves the main focus, but it was a statement for remembrance, not to be made offensive. All lives matter. In response to Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter was justified by equality and the emphasis of the significance and humanity of all lives, not just the black ones. All Lives Matter was controversial because the intention was pure, but the meaning was kind of offensive. Yes, all lives matter, but like Bob, not all lives were in danger. So, what can we do? This is where the eco-boomers come into play. As the new generation, we have a kind of a different mindset. We're more open-minded, and we have a more willingness for an open future. America needs to take advantage of us and use us for change. Step one, change the rhetoric from Black lives, all lives, to our lives. Our can mean a multitude of things. It's not as offensive, and the bad connotation with the hashtags go away. So what does that look like? How do we inspire eco-boomers to create a positive change and spread their unified reality? It starts with the why. My generation needs to understand why views that come so naturally to us need to be spread and emphasized so greatly. Just because we're so open doesn't mean everyone else is. Tools. We need the tools and resources needed to become the change makers of our country, our world, i.e. passion and drive. So, I must delicately charge adults, please, to get out of our way. Eco-boomers will soon lead this world, this country. So give us the tools and then allow us to be the change that we want to see. Be facilitators instead of supervisors and directors. Our Lives Matter has the power to begin the pathway to unity. With unity comes a better America, i.e. a better world. Eco-boomers have the mindset and worldview to be change makers, from a nation divided to a nation united. Thank you.